Venezuelan regime number 2 and vice president of the ruling party, PSUV, Diosdado Cabello, suggested a military operation against Colombia where the main goal will be to decocanize this country. In an extremely controversial press conference in Caracas, Diosdado Cabello was talking about the Russian invasion against Ukraine, justifying the invasion under the argument that Moscow should get rid of the so-called Ukrainian Nazis. After that, Diosdado Cabello said that Venezuela should do something similar with Colombia and get rid of the cocaine issue in the neighbor country. Moreover, Diosdado Cabello explained that there will be a new order in the world, a new world order in the aftermath of the Russian invasion. So, given this situation and given these extremely delicate declarations, the Colombian government ordered the military to deploy drones at the border with Venezuela. So, I mean, this is a serious situation that could definitely end in an armed conflict between Colombia and Venezuela, which would be something almost unprecedented in the history of Latin America, because unlike Europe, the violence in Latin America is almost always, I mean, it's essentially an internal issue. This thing about crime, about things like, for example, guerrillas or paramilitaries, but watching these types of armed conflict where a nation decides to invade another one, this is something almost unprecedented in the history of Latin America. And I mean, it is a fact that this could happen, given these declarations from Diosdado Cabello, who is one of the most prominent members of the Venezuelan regime. So this situation also, this situation is also quite damaging for the Biden administration, because as we reported in a previous episode here on Newsweek, the Biden administration decided to meet with the Venezuelan regime for oil businesses, and especially to move the Venezuelan regime away from Russia's sphere of influence. And I explained on these previous videos that this made no sense at all. This made no sense whatsoever, because these types of situations, I mean, watching a country making some type of alliance with the US doesn't automatically mean that they will move away from Russia's sphere of influence. And the main example is, of course, Nicaragua. Nicaragua is the greatest example of this reality. And this declaration of Diosdado Cabello only supports this claim. I mean, despite the meetings with the Biden administration, Diosdado Cabello, representing the Venezuelan regime, he made these remarks once again, supporting and justifying the Russian invasion against Ukraine. So, of course, I'm not gonna lie, it is quite possible that nothing happens. It is quite possible that these declarations about invading Colombia ends up being a fugazi. It is quite possible, because there has been similar comments from the Venezuelan regime in the past, especially during the period of former dictator Hugo Chavez. So we're going to see what is going to happen, and of course we hope that this situation doesn't escalate and an armed conflict never happens between these two nations. But it is an undeniable fact that with the Venezuelan regime, you can expect almost everything. You can expect almost anything. So unfortunately, it's not fully discarded. Reporting from Medellin, Colombia, Luis Orozco, Newsweek.